Well, within the last week, there have been two major drills conducted by the military in U.S. cities with the cooperation and participation of the police. Now, this is something we should all be concerned about. Well, let's take a look at some of these recent drills. On January the 28th in Houston, we have a clip. Let's show that clip.
Sight of Army helicopters and the sound of gunfire created a lot of concern this afternoon in one Houston neighborhood. This happened in southeast Houston around the old Carnegie Vanguard High School, where he received a ton of phone calls from worried neighbors wondering what was going on. Well, Eyewitness News reporter Jessica Willie is live to explain what it was. Jessica?
Yeah, Dave, it was frightening for sure, and to some at nearby Roberts Elementary, so unexpected that the school was locked down for a short time until everyone realized it was a drill. With military helicopters flying above her southeast Houston neighborhood, Frances Geralds didn't know what to think.
You know, when you see this, you think the worst. Right. When you hear this, you think the worst.
And so she passed along her concern.
She told me, don't come home because it sounds like we're in a war zone. Guns shooting and helicopters flying around over the house.
The Army, along with other agencies, had taken over the old Carnegie Vanguard High School. There were armed men in fatigues, plenty of weapons, and what many thought were real live rounds.
I felt like I was in a war zone. It just was nonstop. So I was terrified.
Turns out it was a multi-agency training drill that Geralds wished would have come with warning.
They could have done a better job at notifying the neighborhood.
Let's take a look at this next clip here. This is Miami 4 days earlier, January the 24th, 2013.
Still, if you've seen one of these drills, it really is like a scene out of one of those action movies, choppers stalking the sky of downtown Miami. Again, let me tell you what all of this is that we know of. It's a joint military training exercise involving local police, also military, as someone shot some video of some of these choppers, military-style choppers, flying over 395 in downtown.
Machine gun firing hit the deck.
Well, you heard the guy, he says, hey, it's like a movie. I guess it's supposed to be fun. A lot of people didn't think it was fun. A lot of people were very frightened by that because, again, they don't bother to tell people. But, again, what's concerning about that is notice that he says that they're training with the police.
Just in, a military drill in downtown Miami, complete with these Black Hawk helicopters, elite soldiers, and police officers swarming the streets. It's kind of scary when you suddenly look up and see that, but it's all about being prepared for the unknown of urban combat. It's all about being prepared for the unknown of urban combat.
It can be quite alarming. We counted them, 7 Black Hawks thundered across downtown Miami. And we're going to take a pause here so you can listen in, so you can appreciate what it sounded like to be there. Indeed, to see these Black Hawks weaving in between downtown Miami buildings. And what I can tell you, what we know, is that this was a joint military drill with the Department of Defense and Miami-Dade County Police. This was a joint military drill with the Department of Defense and Miami-Dade County Police. The rest, we are told, is classified, but for being a secret operation, it was certainly conducted, as you see, in such a public way, in full public view, as they made their way from downtown Miami over to Marlins Park and then roared right back. I can tell you that a similar drill was conducted on Tuesday night. I know that because I saw it firsthand. I was actually, as you watch the images from tonight, on Tuesday night, I was on the MacArthur Causeway with my husband as we saw, once again, 7 Black Hawks coming toward us, heading toward the beach. And what really caught our eye is how low they were flying. I mean, they were just hovering right above the causeway. It's certainly something you do not see every day. At the time, we actually thought perhaps it was a movie shoot. Coming back out here live, I'm certain a lot of the folks that were in that area, as they saw that, maybe that's also what they thought it was. But it was, as once again we are told, a joint military drill. We asked all the questions you might imagine about what was conducted today, but we are told, Lori and Calvin, that all of that information cannot be released to the public.
Here's another one in Minneapolis, August 28th, 2012.
If you see military helicopters flying low over Minneapolis, do not be alarmed. They are training in an urban environment. The U.S. Special Operations Command will be conducting these exercises until the beginning of September.
Yep, that's the view outside my window.
That's right. Don't be alarmed. Everything is perfectly fine. It's just the American military preparing to attack U.S. cities. If the U.S. military attacks American cities, they will get the cooperation of the police, or at least some of them.
I don't know, folks. I'm not sure what this is all about, but I think we're going to find out. Here's another one. The number of police trained per year at the 4 federal law enforcement training centers. Every year, local police are being trained by the federal law enforcement training centers. 25,000 a year. And the percentage of SWAT teams being trained by active duty military experts in special ops, 46%. 46%, that's almost half. Half of the police currently, every year, are being trained by active duty military experts in special ops, special operations. What do you mean that's not the militarization of our local police? That's exactly what it is. What are they expecting, folks? They're coming to a neighborhood near you soon. You've got to ask yourselves, who are they arming themselves against? Okay, folks, I'm telling you, this stuff's coming our way. I know it sounds incredible. New powers to use the military worldwide, even within the United States. Really? Does anyone think this is a good idea? And why now? In support of this harmful bill, Senator Lindsey Graham explained that the bill will basically say, in law for the first time, that the Homeland is part of the battlefield, and people can be imprisoned without charge or trial, American citizen or not. Wow. I'll post the links.